My name's Karen Hewitt, and I want to talk to you a little bit about public speaking. Yes, it's not as pretty behind me because I'm stood up, because I kind of need to for this. 1 year ago today, I joined Toastmasters, the walkie-talkies, so I could learn how to communicate better. During that time, I have gone through a lot of personal development, a lot of growth. I earned my Communicator Award back in December because I was determined to have it before Lucius was born. Today, I competed. Nearly a month ago, I competed at my club level, which was the walkie-talkies level, for what's called international speech. An international speech is between 5 and 7 minutes long and tends to be of a motivational, encouraging, uplifting, or something like that. And I competed today at an area level. Somewhat crazy happened. I won. I never expected to win. And Alyssa, please, not right now. Thank you. Sorry. I never expected to win. I really didn't. Now, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to go on to the next level. The reason being is Most Powerful Women is that same weekend. So I bowed down very gracefully to the gentleman who came in second place to me. His speech was amazing. It really was. I honestly thought he had won. But I was shocked. And I had a few people come up to me and thank me for my speech afterwards. So right now, I'm going to share with you my winning speech. And obviously, I would love to know your comments and your thoughts, and drop them down below. But this, like I said, is a prepared speech done for Toastmasters that I'm now trying to do in my office without an audience. So it's a little bit different. Okay, so I am going to assume you either have kids, have been a kid, or have at least seen a kid in a movie. Or a TV show maybe. And the one thing you probably have recognized is kids do not like to go to bed. They fight it. Everything from the, I'm not tired, to, I'm so thirsty, can I have another drink of water? To just one more story, 2, 3, 7, 10. And then finally, the worst thing happens. They say, but there's a monster under my bed. So you go in and you're the dutiful parent and you look under the bed. No monster, but it ran to my closet. So you go and you check the closet. It's not there, it's back under my bed. You see, these monsters are not actually monsters. Unless you're showing your kids some creative movies, they don't really have a fear of a monster under a bed. What it is it's the fear of the unknown. They're afraid of going to sleep. They're afraid of closing their eyes, turning the lights off, because they don't know what is about to happen. So we encourage our kids to look fear in the face. First, we have them describe their fear. This monster in question happens to be purple, fluffy, and smells like bacon. And she loves bacon, so I don't know why it smells like bacon. We then create a monster spray. And she gets to go in, spray under her bed, spray a closet. It tends to be water, a couple of drops of oil, maybe some glitter. And that is how we say looking at fear in the face and getting rid of it. And it has taken care of the problem. Now, what if I was to say that you all have monsters under your bed? These are the fears that you have. We all have fears. We all have phobias. But again, it's the fear of the unknown. It's not really what you think the fear is. So people have fear of heights, maybe waters, probably public speaking. But it's not really that. What the fear is, the fear of the height is the unknown. You're not afraid about being up there. You're afraid about what would happen if it goes wrong. What happens if you fall? What happens if there's a crash? What happens if there's a tumble? It's the fear of the unknown. If we were really afraid of water, we would be very dehydrated. It's not the fear of water, it's the fear of losing control in water. The fear of being unable to help yourself. The fear of drowning. Slightly different. Fear of public speaking. It's not really a fear of public speaking. We speak in public all the time. You say hi to the cashier. You talk to the lady at the post office. You say hi to the neighbour. These are all public speaking. The fear is of what the reaction you're going to get to what you're talking about. You're the unknown of how people are going to react. Now, this fear, this monster under the bed unknown, the fear of the unknown really starts to be a problem when you will choose to be more afraid of the monster under the bed than the monster in the room. Personal story of mine is for over 5 years, I chose to be more afraid of my monster under my bed than the monster in my room. The monster in my room was a real monster. It was my ex-husband, and he was extremely violent. He loved to use his hands and his feet to do his talking. He loved to encourage me with these things and called me every name under the sun. The abuse was mental, physical, emotional, and every which way you can imagine. But the fear of the unknown of what would happen should I leave him. Could I cope? Could I survive? How would I do this? How would I do that? Would anyone want me? Am I good enough for anyone else? That fear of the unknown kept me with my monster in my room. It even got to the point where he tried to kill me. Held a knife to my throat, held a pillow over my face, choked me, slammed my head repeatedly against the concrete floor. And still, I chose the monster in the room rather than facing the monster under my bed. It got to the point where I finally realized the monster in my room is going to kill me. The monster under my bed might be the end of me, but at least I have a chance. And at that point is when I chose the monster under the bed and chose to leave and dive into the unknown. That is a very extreme example. But I can guarantee that someone else is going through a similar thing. Maybe not in abuse, but what if you were in a job that you hate, that you dread going to each day, that you're uncomfortable, you're sad, you're depressed, you're stressed, and you're anxious, yet you choose to keep going to that job, the monster in your room, than seeking another one or finding another way to make a living, because that would be the monster under your bed. We encounter these every single day. And the difference is which monster we choose. Eleanor Roosevelt once said, "We gain strength, courage, and confidence by every experience in which we choose to freely face fear in its face. And then we do the things that we think we cannot do." What will you do that you think you cannot do? And how will you face the monster that is under your bed? And that was my speech today. A few words changed because every time you tell it, it changes just a little bit. And I got down and I was sat down and I was shaking, and literally my hands were shaking after giving the speech because it was so emotional for me. Because I have spoken about my violence that I endured on video, but I have never spoken about it to a room full of people. One young man came up to me and thanked me. His mother had been in a domestic violence relationship for years. And when she left, she became a single parent to him and was both his mother and father, and how proud he was of her. And it was amazing. The pride that he had in his mother for leaving was just awe-inspiring. This was a very difficult day for me, but very rewarding, and I would not change it for the world. But there was my speech. I would love to hear your feedback and your comments in the comments below. I love you all. Today I blossomed a little bit. Time for you to blossom too.